Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm walking out to check on our polys. Wanted to stop by the greenhouse. Got all of our systems running in here, sitting about 85 degrees. We've got about a 40-degree day. It's about 30, 38 or something like that. Close enough to 40 for me. All this snow starting to melt. The kids are out here playing in it. Wanted to take a hike out to our poly here. This single layer of poly just melted from the snow. I am seeing living spinach, and the rest of our crop basically got killed. Some of the lettuces in there may survive because this has not been opened whatsoever. Not checked on, not opened, not watered. But I thought this was a very cool little experiment. We were planning on harvesting from this, but we were not able to. Once the snow set in and it got icy and the freezing temperature set in, we weren't able to get in here. That is why I came out here today. We have this double poly I have not checked on in quite some time because of the same reason. We basically just got snowed out of our covers here and we're not able to get into them. And upon inspection in here, it looks like a lot of our Swiss chard has still got some color to it, but pop down on the other end here, you can see that it is not as bright and vibrant as it was just before our major deep freeze here. So my take on the double poly system is that it is way too much work to actually perform well in a winter situation. Spring and fall will both be great because you don't have the weight of snow and you don't have those deep freezes that just make this impossible to deal with. So that being said, I wanted to talk about how many zones we got ourselves. The single poly got us about a zone to a zone and a half. And this double poly system, our polys got pushed together here, but we had a gap in there before the heavy snow set in, and we had about 2 to 3 zones just by throwing 2 polys on. Because this isn't a small little microclimate of our backyard, we could gain that extra zone or half a zone per layer because this is not out in the open getting ripped on by the wind. So this was a very good experiment. I'm going to leave this in place until all this melts. I'm going to pull all this up and replant it for the springtime here so we can get a really early harvest. And I'm going to bend up a bunch of metal rings so we don't have to deal with affixing PVC or the PVC itself leaching into our soil. So I just wanted to share a little bit of what I found growing this winter and what kind of growth you can get out of a poly or 2 polys. Like that spinach was a great hardiness test. That spinach, I will continue to harvest that. I'm going to let the spinach that's in that bed go to seed this spring so I can save the seeds from it because I know that it is a very cold hardy strain. So in my opinion, a double poly is a great setup for fall and spring, not winter time. Winter time is more for a fixed structure, such as our compost heated cold frame or our little greenhouse over there that is also heated by compost and ran by solar. We are just learning as we go here. That is why I wanted to share exactly what we're learning, and we're finding the best uses for each type of system we've grown with all winter here.